I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Hello, welcome to Red Nails with Portia. I'm Portia, by the way. So, we're talking about Barbie. I went to see the Barbie movie today. Backstory. So, my brother was like forcing me to make a promise, saying that, can we watch the Barbie movie together? And I was like, but then he went out to San Diego with his friends for the weekend, and then he was like, we'll watch it on Tuesday. I'm like, okay, we'll watch it on Tuesday. He went and watched it without me. And then came home with a pink cowboy hat, and he was like, yes, I watched Barbie. And I was like, oh, you watched it without me? And he's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, oh, and he's like, it was so good. And honestly, I went out to watch it with my dad this Wednesday. I loved it. I loved it. I felt like it was a perfect commentary on everything without discarding a group. Because usually in feminist types of films, I would say, they would focus on like demoralizing men, but they did not at all. Instead, they were able to put the men in women's shoes to truly understand how a woman feels. And I love that because it was able to make the audience, a male audience, connect to females because they're like, wait, that makes sense. It helps to see it through their eye, through our eyes, which I was like, wow, like that was amazing. Also, the songs were killer for every single moment. We had Nicki Minaj's and Ice Spice, like Barbie Girl. Oh man, I actually just listen to it like almost every day right now. It's in my head. Like my head's in a headache because it's in replay so many times. My brain feels like 1,000,000 pounds right now, and it feels like it's gonna sink. But amazing work. Dua Lipa's Dance the Night. It was perfect timing when they were doing their whole choreography. Great timing on playing it. Billie Eilish's song, What Was I Made For? Oh, like I did not get the song when it came out. But I mean, I kind of got it, but I didn't really get it. But then I truly understood it when I sat and watched the movie about how Barbie becomes human. By the way, it's all spoilers. But all the songs were so greatly integrated within the film, and I truly, truly love that. Again, I love the way it's able to put thought into the perspective of how a woman feels in the male eyes, so then males get what we're going through. Also, love how they address today's hookup culture and dating cultures as a joke when Ken takes over and Ken says, oh, will you be my long distance, low commitment girlfriend, something like that. And I felt like that was so legit. And then when Barbie decides to go talk to other guys, just like for the fun of it, just to piss him off, he's like, oh, how dare my long distance, low commitment girlfriend did that to me. I love that. I love that. That was a great commentary because, like, guys literally do that. They're like, how dare she talk to other guys when she's supposed to be with me? But it's like, but you didn't commit. So, like, there's no point. There's no point. I love that. Also, America's speech, America's character. I don't know the character's name, but I loved her speech about how no matter what a woman does, she's always beaten down. Like, for example, if we're too pretty, then we can get a job. But then if we like don't try to like look as good, then we're like discarded. Like, we're not treated as well in society. Or when we're too smart, then we're not able to socialize, but when we're too dumb, we're just dumb and stupid. So like I love the commentary on that, and it was just so amazing. It felt like everything a woman was within that speech. I don't care if people say that was cringy. I felt it. I was crying. I was crying and bawling in that movie theater because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like that every day. Because it's true. Okay? I feel like I'm going through it. I feel like I am. And like I just feel like, it's like sometimes it's just not fair. I love the set design. The set design was amazing. It was perfectly executed well. Ben Shapiro said that the set design, anyone can achieve. No, you can't. Not anyone can just achieve such a perfect set. Like, no, that work deserves an Oscar. That work deserves an Oscar. It was beautiful. And I did find the Mattel part unnecessary. A lot of people do. Will Ferrell's character was unnecessary. All of it was. They just wanted to throw in Mattel for the sake of it. And now Mattel's making 17 extra movies. So, oh man. I don't know. We'll see if they're interesting. It'll be the new Marvel, right? um Okay, but also one big plot hole in the movie. They start from Venice Beach and somehow they end up in Century City. They act like you can just walk to Century City. That is not true. Okay? Walking to Century City, that's nearly impossible from Venice Beach. Venice Beach and Century City are completely different locations if you live in Los Angeles. I'm currently looking at maps and let's see. Venice Beach directions from Century City. So that is a 20-minute drive, a 53-minute transportation. So if they decided to take public transportation, and 2 hours and 15-minute walk. You think that Barbie and Ken took a 2-hour and 15-minute walk to Century City? No. No. And also somehow they ended up at Santa Monica. Let's see, Santa Monica from Century City. Let's see. That's a 2-hour walk. But then if they were to do Venice that's still an hour walk from Venice to Santa Monica. So all these locations are so unrealistic in this movie because it would be nearly impossible to reach everywhere in California. Los Angeles is not New York, guys. Los Angeles is like 50 cities in one. It's literally 50 cities in one. Also, I don't get why she chose to be human at the end. They made the human world look so bad. I was like, why would you want to be here? Barbie world sounds like it's slaying. I guess Barbie just loves emotions. I thought it was hilarious how when she was crying and they were like, and she's like, I'm not beautiful anymore. And then, no, I'm not pretty. And then the commentator had to be like, yeah, like producers didn't realize that casting Margot Robbie as this role is so unrealistic for that line, and that is so true, and that's so funny with like what everyone's talking about on Twitter, because it's like it's Twitter, like A, it's Twitter, like it's just weird. B, Barbie, like people saying that Margot Robbie is mid are just stupid. They're clearly stupid. Margot Robbie is gorgeous. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Anyways, so I loved her outfits, by the way, and I love the transition. So like if you were able to pay attention, I always pay attention in like when I'm watching movies about the fashion. And if you notice, like the very first scene, you see Barbie. She's wearing pink, checkered gingham pink dress, and like her hair is all like perfect. And then the day that like it starts messing up, I would say, she was wearing like a blue heart dress. Like that's like kind of straying away from the pink. I've noticed that. And then when she gets to like the human world, of course she's like Barbified, which is great. And she's like wearing like a weird tracksuit, and then she wears like a pink cowgirl suit, which I thought was pretty cute. We all know which one I'm talking about. And then when she gets back into the human world, you notice how like, when she's crying, she's not wearing makeup, but also though somehow like when there's like a sudden decision of her becoming human, she's wearing a yellow like flowy dress with like no structure whatsoever. But I would say her fashion started changing when she was trying to like joke around with Ken and like pretend that she's into him and wants to be in a relationship. You notice how she's wearing Chanel, which is like not in the Barbie world whatsoever. So that's like a clear indication of like her transforming to humanity. But also, did you notice how the dress is not fitted? I thought that was crazy. How the pink dress was not fitted, and it was like, whoa, wait. And the Chanel, that means that like she's like transforming into a human or like wanting to become a human. And then she wears the yellow flowy dress, which is like signals her transition. And then when she like officially gets to the real world, I love that she wears pink Crocs, no, some Birkenstocks, which is like a clear indication like, yeah, she's human, but she's a Barbie, you know. And she's like wearing a classic like Aritzia style, I would say. But I do love the influence that it takes on fashion because people need more color in this world. And by seeing like Margot Robbie as Barbie and seeing her dress up in all these colorful outfits, it makes you want to dress up. And like I'm glad that it's like starting to be normalized ever since like the trailer started like getting closer and closer to the movie. I started wearing more colorful fits. I'm so proud of this. I brought out my Moschino Sheep and Chic um top jacket. It's like different colors from every single area of the jacket, and I wore it out in public. And the reason I bought this jacket was like a few years ago when I first watched The Nanny, and I really just wanted like a piece that Fran wore that was like the same item. Like, except of course it's not the item she wore, but like I love the idea of like wearing something from the TV show. And like that piece, like I wore it out for the first time when I was eating out with my coworkers, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we love your jacket." And I was like, yes. Like they loved it. And like I was getting compliments everywhere. Like even when I was just getting like food for my family wearing that jacket. And I just like I really just love the idea of like wearing awesome clothing, and like it's starting to be normalized. So I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like so I did get that jacket a little dirty. So I sent it to the dry cleaners today. I'm proud to say I will wear it more within the school year. I'm really excited. And this has been in my closet for a few years, and like I wasn't able to get it out because I felt like it was too colorful and like people can be able to handle it, but it's like screw that, right? Anyways, so also I actually loved how Ken was like showing his raw feelings, and like Ryan Gosling was able to communicate that to the audience of like how it's good to like communicate your feelings, and that he was Knuff. It was a great thing. Fun fact, after I saw Ryan Gosling with that sweater, I automatically was like, my dad and I were like, we have to buy that for my brother. So we just bought it for my brother. It's under pre-order. It's like the exact same sweatshirt from Mattel. So if you ever have a chance to like get, oh man, I love just like ordering something that's like straight off of like the whole show, the whole movie, anything that's like so influential that you can like walk around people get. I got that for my brother, and like he's gonna get some women. The I am Knuff hoodie, oh my gosh. But yes, adding on to that, I loved how Barbie rejected him and basically said like, you need to find yourself without me. Go find some hobbies and like find out what makes you you. You choose yourself over me, which I found very powerful. I really love that. Honestly, I really did. Because I think people should say that more in breakups. And I think that should be addressed more in breakups. And that's very, very important. So I think that's mostly everything. I mean, like, the movie is so great. Every person in that movie is great. Yes, there are some, like, little things, but it's like, I overall enjoyed the movie. I think it's, like, one of my favorite movies of all time because it's able to, like, address feminism, but, like, in the right way that everyone can get. Oh, also side note, the Ken fight, the Ken fight. I did not get how they were beefing and then like somehow they just got along again. I guess that really tells you like how guys fight. Sometimes guys like really need to just beat each other up and then they're good, I guess. I don't know how that works. I'm a woman, so I don't know. And I'm not generalizing because maybe that's not how it works. But I really thought that was a unnecessary fight. But overall, though, like, I loved that movie. I was like, wow. I just felt like I was in it. I felt like the hype was well deserved. And it was really, really, really good. I felt seen watching it. I loved it. There was so much thought going into it. You know, it took technically like at least 15 years to make this movie because originally it was owned by Sony, the rights, and then like somehow it went to Warner Brothers at the end. And originally, Amy Schumer was supposed to be Barbie, but besides that though, great, great, great film. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I loved the experience. Please watch it. It's like I don't get why people are hating it. People are stupid for hating it. It's like if you want a fun movie, this is perfect because like I needed a fun movie. Like, I feel like so many movies in our generation are just so depressing right now. And, like, so many dark colors, nothing colorful, nothing happy. We need more colorful and happy films that are not predictable. Like, I like that I walked into the movie theater not being able to predict that, oh, like from the trailer, what was going to happen. I like to know that, oh, like, Barbie and Ken didn't end up together, or like, that she ended up becoming human. Like, honestly, I wasn't able to predict that until like actually watching the movie and in the process, but like watching through trailers, I had no idea she'd be human. I literally had no idea, and that'd be the ending. But I really, really, really like that. And I like that because then, like, honestly, Blue Beetle is like, side note, Blue Beetle though, it's meant to, like, it's not gonna be good. Because I already know the ending from watching the movie. Oh, he saves everyone. He figures out his powers. He saves everyone. Boom, happy ever after. Also, Flash isn't doing well because Ezra Miller, like, he's just weird. I like that people like actively chose not to watch it because I mean, like, I chose to not to watch it because I was like, ew, like that man is just gross. No, it's not even a man. They are gross. So yeah, and like Gran Turismo, I mean, like you could kind of figure out the ending too, Like a lot of these movies, I'm getting tired of like going into something already knowing the ending. Like, why would I want to sit and like watch something if I already know the end? All right, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me talk and rant. All right, bye bye.